have some technological issues, but that is to be expected, right? We have Mercury in Virgo trining Uranus retrograde. And so there was, some astro weather that was going to be talking about some technical issues. But here we are. We're back. We got the sister back. And that was just so good. There she goes. Let us know if you can hear us. I know a lot of you have stated that the audio had cut off and that there was no sound. Please let me know if there is sound. And the sister, I accepted her request. So let's see here. Yes, there's sound. Okay, awesome. Awesome. So Divya, I sent you a request and I also accepted your request. Let's see here. What a journey, we were just talking about what led us to our spiritual journey and going with the flow right when we started having the technical issues. And oh no, it's saying you're unable to join. Perhaps leave and come back, Divya, and then we should be good to go. Okay, I sent you an invitation. There we go. Welcome back, Rosa. There we go. Welcome back, Divya. I'm so grateful. Going with the flow.
So sorry for that. I don't know what went wrong with my mobile. It went off totally.
It's okay. The sound had went out. They said that they couldn't hear us anyway. Oh. And I was like, we were, it was such a great start though. So,
Yes. Oh, no worries. We can always, did you save that live by any chance?
I will save it. And what I'll do is I'll put that as like part 1 intro, like introducing ourselves. And then this will be part 2. Oh, yes.
Perfect. Then no problem at all. Well, great, Angelica. So, yes, please. You were saying something. Totally got it.
It's okay. I was the astro weather. For those of you coming in, I said Mercury is trining Uranus. And so that, that can be tricky. You mentioned how the day was a tricky day. I mentioned chaos and magic and glitches, so we're glitching through the matrix, everyone. Okay.
And you're going with the flow and giving me the same energies. So yes, great to go.
Yeah.
Okay. I also had a question, Angelica. Are you by any chance? Oh, we are celebrating this. Wow. That's the way universe sends you sign. Don't worry, just celebrate the moment, be in this moment, be in the present moment as such. Are you by any chance number 7? Because you get detached too easily. 7 born.
So I am not a life path 7, but I resonate a lot with 7. 7 is a familiar of mine, I like to say. I'm a life path 11. So yeah, connecting with the intuition, the 2, the surrenderance, the feminine flow, the polarities. And you?
I am 7. Hence, I could resonate a lot when you were talking about detachments. I was like, okay, are you number 7? I wanted to ask, but of course, the flow. Great. So how do you start your day, Angelica? I'll talk about mine later.
Intention setting. So I don't like to just rush up out of bed. Even if it takes me a whole hour to set an intention for the day, I am laying in bed. And so I'm able to really just get up and say, okay, I have fur babies that I tend to, so I have to walk them and stuff. And so I usually set the intentions right before or while I am walking and navigating the energy out and action and movement, you know. But I always like to affirm that whatever is occurring in the day is happening for my highest and greatest good and the highest and greatest good of all involved. Always affirming being in connection with good health, good wealth, good fortune in my life and the lives of those that's connected to me. So anyone who connects with me, that the purifying flame of light and healing purifies any and all energies, entities, beings that's not serving their highest and greatest good, that it brings them clarity onto their path. This is a thing I say every single day, just because I feel like you can never just give enough prayers. My life is a living prayer. My life is a living miracle, and I'm so grateful. So it's gratitude and intention setting. I'm grateful. I always thank the spirits. I thank the Most High. I thank the Creator of my soul. I thank the elementals. You know, just being in a space of gratitude. I don't really ask them for anything. I just give thanks. If throughout the day things come about where I might ask, can you help me with this because it's, a little too much for me then. But starting off, no, I just gratitude and attention setting.
Wow. I guess that's how we all have learned, right? We into this world who know how the energy goes by. So that's how even I start my day. I guess one part we need to bring in here is people get confused between goals and intentions. What are the intentions? What is the goal of the day? So I make sure I put up my stories every day in the morning. What is the today's energy and what you should be doing throughout the day? What is the guidance for the day, basically? So how I work out like that, oh, you are lucky enough to walk down and get the energies, because when you're exercising, when you're into action, the downloads are amazingly crazy. I mean, yes, while I am, working out in my home or doing something or the other, downloads are really, really crazy. So what I do in the morning, first thing is sit with an understanding how the energy of the day is talking. I mean, it's fair to have a goal. I have these many tick marks to be done by the end of the day, but that's the goal. What energy, say suppose it's a Monday morning and I have too many things to do, my energy of the day should be calm and clarity. And I set my intentions throughout the day, as in I should be completely, I am calm and I'm composed. I take clear decisions throughout the day. And whenever I get disturbed, like I had some kind of disturbance today, but since the day energy is today, I understood it's going to be misleading somewhere, might be my temperament may go haywire. The only intent I set in the morning was, I'm calm, I'm calm, I'm calm. So today, whenever I had disturbance, I go back to that intention. I'm calm, I'm good, I'm playful. That's it. And things are done. I guess that's one thing which is missing, I see in my clients or in people around. uh, Going with the flow is good, but setting the intentions of what energy, what feelings you need to have throughout the day or for that one particular task is required, because otherwise overthinking comes into picture, failures comes into picture, and then the disturbance begins, and that disturbance get carried forward for longer tenure at times. So I guess yes, that's the most important part before doing any kind of activity. That's what I believe into.
Yes, sinking into it and being in awareness. I love how you mentioned the intention versus the goals, because that's why I mentioned before even doing anything, I'm laying in that bed, allowing
Right.
my body to reacclimate itself and adjust itself into this dimension. Okay, my spirit was doing all kinds of things in the dream realm and spirit realm, and the subconscious mind just doing what it needs to do for the body to heal. And then to just jump up and get so busy right away. It's, that's where that's where the flow just starts. It starts with the breath. The breath is the spirit, right? That's where spirit came from,
Right.
the spirit. So as you're breathing, feeling the energy. I feel it before, and then I always put that same intention, because the same thing, like you mentioned, calmness, like things are going to happen throughout the day. So allowing yourself to, like, for me, I'm like, all things are working out for my highest and greatest good. I say that every day. I'm in the path of good health, good wealth, good fortune. So if something happens, like, for example, I was in a car accident last week. I said, you know what? Like, as crazy as that was, I was at a red light. They hit me from behind. Like, they must have, it was during the eclipse too. So they must have been eclipsed from seeing me right in front of the red light. And it took me a moment. I'm sitting there and I was like, calm, not angry or anything. I said, I just got hit by a car. And so I said, well, I think I got to get out and make sure she's okay, make sure that everything, the car is okay. And when I actually came out, her whole front was just like, like her car was beat up. And then we agreed to pull to the side, and we pulled to the side, and I'm calling, the cops. And then my body just like the whole like shock system, right? The nervousness, the boom, 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 the heart doing what it's doing. My psyche feeling bigger than my body. My soul is bigger than my body. It's just, it embodies the spirits that I embody. So while my body's having a human experience, my consciousness is in the awareness that all of this is happening for a grander purpose than my human can understand at this time. You know? Yeah.
Wow.
So just being calm, being okay, saying this is, and not just for my highest good, but the highest and greatest good of all involved. That's my intention every day. Right. And so even though I got hurt, even though we had that accident, and her car so she had to get her car towed, that could have been something that the universe was looking to bring abundance and prosperity and transformation and growth in both of our lives for different reasons.
Oh. This calmness comes in with practice, with accepting whatever universe is trying to give you, and just believing everything is happening. The belief, you know, that's what is missing in. It was missing in me for a longer time. I felt, why this block? There was a blame game in between all the time. Why this block? Why I don't have good relations? Why am I so agitated all the time? Blame game, the circumstances, the people around me. This was constant. I guess that's what meditation, that's what my intentions, that's what this journey into spirituality has taught. I need to owe my own things. I cannot be blame gaming. One second, actually every single thing happens for the highest good. And yes, that's the learning. Yeah, that's so inspiring. I mean, at that point of time, no matter what, you do get agitated. You do get, why me, God? There is a why attached to it. So staying calm.
At that moment, but homegirl had anger management issues, once upon a time. So, the why me, I remember crying. I mean, I'm still a crybaby. I'm not gonna lie, okay? It gets flowy here, but now different. Like, but we'll cry like why can't they love me like I love? Like, I just have this love that, like, nobody's gonna love me the way that I love them. And just being so angry with people because I had these subconscious expectations that I didn't know were expectations, that I didn't know were what I felt that people should do if they loved me. And it was a very conditioned area of love. And I do believe in conditional and unconditional love and the balance of that. So I love how you mentioned about like the balance and imbalance, because everything does serve a purpose. But yeah, toxic relationships, them afterwards, you realizing like if you get to the space of realizing the purpose, sometimes some people just keep on them cycles over and over, right? And so I think it's important, right, when you're looking at your love life, your love relationships, and the type of people you've been attracted to, the people that you attract naturally, even if you're not dating them, like that's still a magnetism of your energy. um Really taking a look at that and saying, is this person a narcissist, or am I just people pleasing to the point where I don't have healthy boundaries? Am I just, am I dealing with some form of narcissism that I don't want to take a look at because I want all the attention and they're taking attention away from me? So I must think that they are selfish.
Reflection. It's what is going on inside me. I cannot be putting it on others. That's how people mirror in the life. What you rightly said, Angelica, is we need to actually draw a line, and that comes by not by realizing the self-worth, by realizing what exactly I want, the clarity of mind. This is what I'm looking at. What happens? I just made a reel today onto the relationship thing. What happens here is, in an initial stage, we expect tons of things. Like, I want everything right now in this right moment. I want you to pamper me. I want you to take care of me. I want every single thing right now. I cannot wait for one long year to, you to keep on giving me certain things. I mean, understand, it takes 15 years for us to complete our education. We cannot complete the same scenario in 1 year. And we expect a relationship to start working like in friction of days, in just a timeline of days or months. This is where we go wrong. This is where our expectations are really increased, and that's where we need to start drawing a line, because there is already an overwhelming movement when you come together with any another person. They are carrying their energies. I carry my energies. So this needs to tune up first. Until it's tuned up, until and at the first moment, what happens when you're feeling too joyous, you're feeling too excited into a relationship, everything we neglect. Okay, someone said something, we tend to neglect it. That's okay, that's my baby, it's okay, perfectly fine. We ignore the signs that are sent by the universe at the first stage itself. And later, when that excitement is all gone out of the relationship, these negative things get highlighted, and that is where everything gets disturbed. So the first point, one need to draw a line. First thing, get the clarity of what exactly you're looking out for in any kind of person. Could be a partnership, could be a professional relation, or could also be a friendship. So once they get the clarity at the first moment, if nothing is vibing, the energies are not matching, that is where a line needs to be drawn. That's how balancing an emotional, a masculine and a feminine energy comes into picture, I guess. Right? What do you think?
Yeah.
And I guess you have been more into masculine energies during your childhood. Okay, I'll take the charge, I'll take the responsibilities. Now the feminine things are coming up, hence the anger, right?
Ah, yes, the sacred rage. Yes, that was a real transition. Because I look at there's anger and then there's sacred rage. Like I've learned to differentiate with that, which was an interesting lesson of fire to begin with. But yeah, that was, that the emotional intelligence, the healthy discernment, the healthy boundaries, that does come once you get into a space of balancing the feminine and masculine energies. That does take time, when it comes down to just being too much of in the flow of wanting the attention. Like, there's a lot of women who do, they are operating from their masculinity and trying to just chase, and there's nothing wrong with pursuing your dreams or desires. It's just a different energy when you're being proactive versus magnetic, right? And so one thing I could appreciate in like Tantra, they teach us that like the feminine energy charges all things, and the body moves. And so the masculine is movement because it's following the feminine order. It's following, like Shiva sits in meditation and he moves when Paveti tells him to move. When Paveti says, Shiva, you come home, enough is enough from meditation, it's time for you to come home. Shiva comes and moves. He gets out of meditation and says, I have work to do in the world. I have to move. I listen to the divine's direction of the cosmic mother's essence of what it is. She rejuvenates me. She poured into me. She refreshed me. Now I can take action. So even in like in Kemet or Egyptian theology, they use Tehuti, right? Tehuti and Shashet. So Tahuti wrote the scribes to the tablets, right? But Shashet was the actual words that was being written, the language, the information, right? That's like Saraswati's wisdom. Wow. And putting this in, and in order for Brahma to open, why the sound frequency of Om coming through was the divine feminine flow. It works together. The tongue is necessary parts of the mouth, of what you're going to tap into, what energies you're flowing with. So your words matter, your intentions matter. And if you constantly are blaming someone else, the tongue starts rolling back. It's too long. Eventually, you're going to bite your tongue and you're going to feel like Kali standing over Shiva saying, oh, what an embarrassment of this moment. But like, this is how powerful I am.
Yeah. I'm so surprised, talking about Shiva, talking about Parvati, talking about Saraswati Ma. I mean, it's wow. Yes, that's the reason we connected so well in the first meeting itself. It's Shiva who connected us together. The energies are following. You never know. Yeah, I'm so amazed to understand it. I mean, I'm speechless at the moment.
It's okay. The breakdown, masculine energies, breaking, it just brings identity or categorizing. I feel like that's where the conditions are, where divine feminine energy is in the unconditional love, and the masculine energy says, well, how can I make use of this? How can I use this? How can I put this into purpose, right? And when we go into dating someone, in a relationship, let's say romantic, there's a purpose that we choose this, we categorize this person as boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, right. Not friend, not mother, not brother. We categorize them with an intention in a certain space. True. And so now you feel like this is their purpose. This is what they're here for. They're here to balance me out, and they're my other half. And you forget that you're complete all by yourself and they are complete all by themselves. And now these conditionings come through and the expectations, and I'm not gonna baby you. You're not supposed to be acting like my son or my brother and this, that, and like, what I like in like East, the different cultures and relationships, like here in Westernized, like dating just call it I don't even know. It's a bowl. It's a bowl of everything in there,
Is it?
So like Eastern, they teach you patience because sometimes whether it's Indian, African, Asian, sometimes they had, marriages that they had to go into that was what's the word, sister? Like when someone like pre-planned, it was ordained from the family. They some people didn't have choices as to who they would marry. They
Ah,
just married because of the agree
uh,
and
the culture comes in like they don't know who the partner is. It is like the parents decide whom they would get married. But yes, it's no more now like that.
arranged. Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
and,
sorry.
but arranged, there are two patterns
I'm
into
gonna
that.
land my plane in just a moment. Let me just finish that thought process, please. So, the arranged marriages, like she mentioned, you may not have never met your partner, the person you're marrying to your wedding day. Sometimes they meet a little bit before to get to know them. It's so different, right? But it teaches you patience. It teaches you discipline. It teaches you to love unconditionally in spaces where you don't know this person. Did your heart choose this person? Your heart may be in another space. And so this is where there's now the space, like she said, we don't work in that way no more, right? Because the heart has a magnetism to it. And those relationships, the arranged relationships, what I took from it is discipline, right? I think if this was a partner that wasn't chosen by me, but by the universe, by a greater force that chose this person for me. I love this individual, but I don't like them. I don't like the way they chew. I don't like how their feet smells after work. I don't like this or that. How can I allow myself to stay in love with their energetic signature and the purpose of this marriage in a way that does not hurt me and does not hurt them? That is not easy to tap into. That takes a lot of work, which is where the learning of the relationship comes into place, right? A lot of the times people don't want to learn another person. They just quick to like, I don't like how they chew. Their feet stinks. I don't even know how I can help them with that. I'm like, sis, get some baking powder, some vinegar, put them in a foot bath. Let them, some lemon, squeeze it, do something, like. But in that, like, there's also toxicity where sometimes, women were not in love with the man that they married, or the man wasn't in love with the woman that they had to marry. And there wasn't healthy boundaries because they just honored what the masculine said. And there was like sexual abuse and certain form, even not sexual, mental, emotional abuse. So how do you come to a space of getting to really love yourself so much that you say, I don't care if this marriage was divinely ordained from the cosmic universe, from my parents. I need to put myself in the position of loving me to draw that line, to say, you cannot abuse me.
So that's where I'm coming in from, Angelica, because the childhood beliefs starts from here. It is not. It cannot be preached. See, the background we have it out here. The women at one point were not allowed to express themselves at all, and this is what the daughter learned. The son learned from their parent. Like a father is the one who will control the home, and the mother is someone who will adjust herself. And it's not just our parents, the grandparents were like that. And we had this ancestral history altogether where a woman was supposed to be mom, even though I have observed so many cases, or I would say in my family too, where I saw a woman wanted to part the ways, took that courage and said, no, I don't want to stay into this marriage. But the parents, their parents, went back and said, no, you're a woman, you have to die in this home now, you cannot part your ways. I guess this old childhood belief have made everything quite complicated in the current modernized place, energies era. The things have changed, the year have changed, it has become modernized, but the old beliefs still get stuck out there. I guess awareness is one big thing we all need to spread, and that's what we all are trying to do. Stand for your own self. Universe sends you someone. It is our choice whether to take it or not to take it. So at the first moment when you chose not to look at the guy you're going to marry, not to speak to them, or whether it is arranged, you have seen them, you have met them, or you just met them for 1 month, you understood how that person is, and you went ahead and got married, that was your own free will. So there is a destiny, there is a free will. What is your free will? What are you choosing? Depends the path how you're going to live. And till date, women feel like it's perfectly fine to adjust. They keep on trying. It is not just women and men. Even men adjust with the women. It's not a gender thing out here. But they both are somewhere trying to accommodate, but they don't know. And why they are trying to accommodate? Because the old beliefs. Because they feel this marriage can still survive. There comes a point where the frustration level is such an extent that parents forget to realize one big thing. They have learned something from their parents. I mean, the couple forgets something like this. They have learned something from the parents. The old childhood belief has continued. And because they are stretching this relationship furthermore, they are training their kids to the same thing. And it keeps on repeating. It keeps on going forward like this. There need to be an awareness of self-love. You need to know exactly what do you want. So here comes the picture of clarity. We need to teach each one of us, I guess, Angelica, that of course you can have your goals, but you need to learn your own intuitions. Okay, we tend to get influenced by every single damn person on this earth. We feel like, oh, this product is really amazing, let me go ahead and buy. Oh, my friend has got a boyfriend, why don't I have it? You know, the pressure, the society pressure, the FOMO has made everyone make choices wherein it should not be because of the societal pressure, because of what others are trying to do. It needs to be intuitive. It needs to be your goal oriented. Where are you leading? Where are you in your life? I guess that's what a generation today need to learn. Not only today's generation, people coming in from 80s, 70s, 60s, even our parents. Look at our own parents itself. If it's a difficult marriage, have courage to move out. Work out once, just give one chance. If it still does not work out, just move out, because you cannot change others. All you can do is you can change your own self, and you know what my clear goals are. This energy does not match here. Why are you investing the energy furthermore into the same person? Bring in harmony, I guess. Yeah, that's just an awareness. The society norms that's, you know, breaking so many things out there till date, unfortunately, is what I feel.
So I have a question, right? So how what advice or what would you say? It does what I'm trying to find the words to how to ask this question. um a person is in a relationship, and it doesn't have to be an arranged marriage, just in a relationship, and they love this person, but the relationship has made a shift. Things are changing, the person is changing. Maybe they come to a spiritual awareness. One is more spiritually aware, the other one is still going through the dark night of the ego, let's just say, right? And how, one is feeling like I don't know how much longer I can stay in this relationship. We're just not seeing eye to eye. At what point do you say this is too toxic, it's time to go? And at what point do you say, I think we can work through this and try, like, where do you see that?
The first key point is communication. At the first point, if one of the partner feels suffocated or feels unattended, not being able to understand the other side, they need to start communicating it clearly. Okay, I didn't understand this energy of yours. I didn't understand this reaction of yours. So could you please help me know where am I going wrong or how we can work out together? This communication needs to go a little longer. So if once, twice, the change not happen, the the intentions, it's difficult to change one intention in their complete life. So if the intentions are different, you understand the energies, right? If your feminine energy, we were talking about masculine and feminine energies. So if your feminine energies are balanced out in your body, you know the intuitions, you have your intuitions, you know how to read the energies of the other side, you would exactly know if whatever the words are the action meeting the words, are they tallying together? At the first instance, if the one believes this is not matching up, this is not tuning up, speak it up straightforward, no buttering, no covering up certain things, no sugarcoating things. Go ahead and speak up quite slowly. The reaction will talk a lot about it. The reaction is going to say, I lost way.
Oh, I had my mic mute. I was saying, can y'all please let us know if you can still hear me? We were having a little bit of technical issues. I didn't. She'll be right back. We're almost. We're getting to the nitty gritty, and we're going to be closing this out soon. There she goes. Let me know if you all can still hear us. I have my mic on mute, so you might have thought that the sound went out for a moment, and she should be right back. Okay, cool. Cool. I have my mic off. I was like, wait. And there she goes. Woo!
Yes. Mercury is treating us really amazing today. It's perfectly fine. Something better coming the way. Well.
But the intuition, I love that you brought that up, right? Because that's where the whole like Shiva, right? Being so in tune with the divine feminine of knowing when to leave. Whether
Exactly.
it's leaving meditation, he got the intuitive message, the cosmic message from source and said it's time to move, it's time to, but his intuition wasn't there in the moment when his anger was there and he chopped off Ganesha's head, and now they had to repair it, right? Right, it was another beast, another side. So we have many different faculties, so many different facets of ourselves, that emotions sometimes speak louder than our intuition. Had he listened to his intuition, he would get the telepathic message, Parvati said, with Ganesh. And Ganesh just doing what his mom said, protect the home. I'm going to protect the home by any means necessary. He was never introduced to Shiva, so he didn't know that Shiva was divine father energy. That's what our ego does. Sometimes our ego gets in the way of the divine father coming into the home to harmonize with the divine mother so that there's a sacred home. And it's not until realizing my emotion got in the way, my ego got in the way, this excuse got in the way, but they look so attractive, but they treated me so good in the beginning. It was so good. I wanted to be what it was. Then you do the repair, and at some point, the inner child had to get reprogrammed with a new head. Your psyche is not going to be the same. So you're going to forever remember the memories. Like elephants, they never forget. They have amazing memory. But you don't have to be controlled by the memory. You could allow yourself to use it as a wisdom to break through into the space of wisdom that is going to help you balance out your relationship with yourself and a relationship with others.
That's true. So true, Angelika. People do get confused between intuitions and their logical mindset. So in a very, very simple way, when people do ask me what is the difference between these two, if we have to say it this way, intuitions will never be biased. They'll just straight away say, yes, it's working. No, it's not working. Go there. Don't go there. Don't do this. No, no, yes, yes. It's a straight yes and no. Wherein your logical mind would come back, that is the ego self, what you have been talking about. Oh, but I'm so safe and secure in this relationship. Oh God, but everything else is good. People do have some bad qualities. Only this one bad quality I need to adjust with. So probably yes, I've been overthinking. Maybe no, everything is good. Let me continue in this relationship. That is where we go wrong, and that is where we do not understand how and when we end up getting into depression. We getting traumatized. What people are writing in here, yes, because we are not listening to our intuitions. We all are intuitive enough. It is not just people on the spiritual path or psyche like us or channelers. It is each one, each individual. Just a quick example I would like to give in here. Many a times, if we had certain plan for a day, like we had a plan, say suppose this life, in the morning, suppose I wake up and my intuition said, don't do this today. Okay. If I didn't have any seriousness about certain topics, sometimes it's so happening, don't go to office today, don't do this, or okay, relax, just take a chill pill today, don't do it. If there is no attachment to that particular part, the intuitions are so crystal clear and we could understand it quite easily. Mm-hmm. And in relationships, we get so attached to the person with a purpose. We reason it out. Okay, why do I like this? Why do I like them? Why do, this relationship is there? Why? When we get too attached to a situation or a person, this is where we stop listening to our intuitions quite clearly, because we have lots of reasons not to listen to intuitions and go with the flow of the day, and we start blame gaming. I guess that's where we have to learn that intuitions really, really matter a lot. Start listening to them, and once and next day you will have two such instances which will help you move more towards the easier path. I would say the easier path. Every path is different, of course, the free will. So yes, choose the easier path is what I would talk about, Angelika. Today it has been really, really amazing. Great.
No, I'm so thankful for you. Even with the live, like my intuition, and I love that you mentioned that. I tell people your intuition will give you an answer without an excuse.
Exactly.
That's simple. Your traumatic voice has a reason. Your ego has a reason. Your emotion has a reason. Everything else has a reason. And this goes into where trusting yourself is so important. Trusting that, yes, you chose the right person for the experience that you needed at that time. Maybe that was the right person for that time. And maybe that person spends eternity with you. And forever is just a moment at the same time. Because what is time? We want it all right now. You got the sacred marriage. You got the love. You got the celebrations. You got all of that in the time that you did, But we get attached to the paperwork. We get attached to, all these other, the physical manifestations, which is beautiful, right? It serves a purpose too, But I really love how you said that, because my spirit earlier today, I said, talking about time, I said, I bet you we're gonna be in a different space when it comes down to like what time for this live, but it's still gonna happen. Like I knew it was going to happen. I didn't know at what time it was going to happen. We set a time, but there was still the differences, right? And I could have been another one and said, oh, well, this is not, if I let my ego get in the way and not listen to my intuition, say, well, we're not on the same time. Things are messing up. There's a glitch. It keeps breaking up. This is not really meant for us to put this out there. Maybe this is wrong. Something ain't right. The energy is off. Whatever the case. Now I got all these like traumatic things. Woe is me. Things don't work out. It's not meant to be. That is what you're going to see in your life. That is the relationship.
Right.
But because my intuition said we flowing with divinity today. We flowing. We get the magic of sisterhood, the magic of love, and not only for each other, but with everyone who listens, watches the replay, watching live. Y'all get to experience magic in real time, creating the ripples, reprogramming the minds, the areas that your subconscious is hearing. Our sound frequency holds a wisdom, even if our words is saying something else. Her being on this page, that those of you on my side never seen her sound frequency, her light energy is already activating you in ways that you are not even consciously or egoically able to comprehend right now. But your subconscious brought you here because your soul said there's a purpose here. And when you sit with this later, what's the point? Why did my soul bring me to a conversation about relationships? What is this?
I guess it went off so many times so that we could actually bring this as an example, the level of patience, the calmness, setting the intentions right for your day brings in what kind of changes, I said, I'll be keeping patience. I'll be calm all day long. It will be fun. And it did indeed happen this way, right? I guess that's a practical learning universe wanted to give it to everyone out here, or maybe someone who would be watching the replay out there. Universe has
And how fun was it? Like, sometimes we ask for things and the universe brings it in ways that, oh, you got to make it fun. Are you grounded in your truth? Are you balanced enough to know to pivot when the flow is moving in a certain flow?
True.
Because you said, oh, I'm going to stay calm. Well, intuitively, maybe you knew that something was going to happen that wasn't going to bring you calmness, right? And or did you manifest that? Did you manifest something to occur in your life for you to be calm about?
Oh, where I would be tested. Yeah, that's another perspective. Yes, we do manifest every single thing. And yeah, you're so true into that. You're so right into that. So I guess setting this positive intention in the right way throughout the day matters a lot. A lot. This gave me another perspective. Yeah, lovely. Yeah. Might be I manifested some kind of troubles like this, but that's perfectly fine. That's how universe does. Oh,
I'm so grateful.
Same here. I mean, I never expected to go this life to go like this. Meeting you up, sitting in another corner of the world. I sitting in another corner of the world. You coming and tuning up so well, so sister. So blessed. So blessed. Really grateful.
I'm sending you lots of love. So before we let you go, she did mention y'all, and I'm going to post it in my stories for those of you that's watching. She mentioned that she did a reel about relationships, right? With relationships. So I'm going to post that reel in the stories. If you want to catch that reel, show her some love. Make sure you add her. Do you have any upcoming courses or things like services? What do you have going on before we let you go? And how can the people reach you if they resonate with you?
Certainly, they can follow the page that is SpiritualDivvya, DIVVYA. And yes, I do teach tarot. I am into healing practices. So I have an upcoming program starting from 10th of October where I am taking through a journey of, healing, working on all the chakras. Also, NLP coaching, how to get rid of that old childhood beliefs, how to retune yourself, evolve. We live in our body is in 2024 and September 25th, but somewhere, many of us who's watching or who would be watching the replay, the mindset stays back in 2019, 2020. Why? Because the old beliefs are stuck in the subconscious mind. People to come back and ask me one more thing I wanted to add and summarize it here. People to come back and ask me, how do you channel? How do you get intuitive that clearly? I said, I don't keep anything here. I remove it out instantly. And it doesn't happen overnight. You need to be a little patient with yourself. You have stuffed in so many things in your subconscious mind. You need to keep it empty. Keep it empty. Be wiser. Keep it empty. Only when this vessel is empty, the download happens, and this is where you need to pick what you want, what is the need of the hour, and that is how the intuition works. And that is what I teach when I'm teaching the healing process, the evolve program. So yes, if anyone is interested into joining in there, most welcome. They can DM and I can help them out with the more information onto the same. Right? Angelica, thank you. You are a blessing in my life, it seems, today. Thank you so much for being there.
Thank you. I honor you. I'm so grateful for you. My soul recognizes your soul and that we are one, sister. I love you. Thank you, everyone who tunes in. Make sure you share the live, and I will, if it's okay with you, I will also post this on YouTube, if that's okay.
Please go ahead.
And, if you have a YouTube page, send me your information so I could tag you on there as well. And everyone, make sure you share the live, share her, and I'll see you all. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Thank you so much. Om Namah Shivaya. See you.